Alrighty then, folks. Hello then, and welcome back to some more MS Saga. So, we are most of the way up through the Dark Alliance base. I believe we have 2 boss fights in a row, and then I'm kind of planning on hitting, what's it called? The Mount Trial Round 2. I don't think we'll be able to finish it in 30 minutes, but we'll be able to get close. And as you can probably guess from the first round of Mount Trial that we did, Round 2 is basically the bosses from the last, set of enemies. Oh no, wait. No, we don't have card key 5 yet. Damn. There's a hidden dungeon that I wanted to do, but you'll have to have card key 5 to be able to do it. Or at least to get the final treasure. So we won't do that. But yeah, all of Mount Trial is like, we fight these bosses again, or the last bosses, and then for round 3 we fight the last set of bosses. Yeah. Makes sense if you think about it, but... yeah, I'm just horrible at explaining things, which is fine. Yep. Yeah, see, this is what I remember. There's just like a big-ass door in the middle of nowhere. We actually want to use these things. Alright, everyone ready? Yeah. So this fight is kind of a pain in the dick because we don't have a character at Beamfield. Yeah, a huge enemy's approaching. What do you think it is? It's something we've been fighting for a while now. It's also a Gundam. Yes, it is the Psycho Gundam. Psycho Gundam MK1. The MK2 is a random encounter you'll encounter during the final dungeon. Yeah, you fight one of these things as a random encounter. Kind of a pain in the dick. And this here is Lapis. Yes, she is yet another faceless antagonist. Except for she has a face. Believe it or not, she is also a Machina Sapien. And in case you are confused, the reason why I keep calling them machine people is Machina Sapien literally means machine person. Yeah, I bet you weren't seeing that coming either, were you? It's her cousin, yes. Remember her brother who died. Well, I remember earlier in the story when she told us she doesn't have any family besides her brother. Lies. Well, since I've already kind of mentioned it, my actual theory on this game is that all of Vladizart's descendants are actually machine people. Now, they might have been naturally born, but they're at least the descendant of machine people, if you're catching my meaning. And that is also why, yeah, all his descendants are machine people. And that's also why Vladizarth originally created the machine people. Just because I don't remember what this attack is. Yeah, so that would have done double if we hadn't defended against it. Gotta be careful with stuff like that. Gatling fire. And for you, you will Gatling fire as well. So I'm assuming this guy has about 2,500 or 250,000? 25,000. Yeah, so we just did about 1/6 of his HP. And as is tradition, they get the fuck out right for the final attack. That's why I had him charge last round, is because if I had everyone else move forward, Tristan, Fritz, and Bazooly would only have 4 right now, while these guys would be at 10 instead of 9, which they're defending this turn anyway. Oh, wow. I was expecting something hard, and it's just the same attack. I'm expecting the big one next time, then. Yeah, I knew you would do it again. I'm actually going to have you defend one more time, unless you have Beam Field. You have Gatling Fire, Critical Charge, but no Beam Field. And while I'm curious if Intercept Snipe would stop them from attacking, I don't think that will. Alright. Let's go Plasma Lancer. Let's go Critical Charge. And let's go Intercept Snipe. That makes a 9. And 11. Hey, it actually worked. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't usually use abilities like that, but it got rid of the down buff, so. Or it'll have 1300, that works too. That Black Zommel, about as powerful as the boss of this one. Though I will say, I'm pretty sure we fight another boss right after this once we walk through the door. So this isn't the end. It's just the prelude. Yep. I'm pretty sure they just plugged her brain into it with like with USB and downloaded the entire thing. And if you're curious as to what I think Trami is, as I said before, I think she's the descendant of a Machina Sapien, not that she's actually one of them. Why do you have a conning tower so close to a gun? And, like, your radar is only going to go in one direction. Okay, I can't actually go in there. I thought I'd be able to. Unless I'm doing it wrong? No. And yeah, I believe Lady Zarth knew the entire time that he was also a robot. And that Gabriel is some sort of his ancestor. Like his great-grandfather or something. Or maybe Aeon's his great-grandmother. That'd be creepy as fuck. Hilarious, though. Power charge on this bloke. You will Giga Bomber, and you will Giga Bomber. That's fine. Waste of an attack, but whatever. It can't be countered, so. I'm also under the firm belief that the original Great Fall was an accident, and the Zarth family actually tried to help rebuild Eisengrad after the war, after hiding their name because they knew they were basically universally hated. Eh, screw it. We're gonna use Resner, because I don't imagine we'll use her for anything else. But yeah, she was they were basically universally hated, so they went and helped Eisengrad rebuild, hence the whole Hal persona. However, eventually, Hal found out his secret. How? I have no idea. But he eventually finds out his secret probably after he escaped. Oh, hey, a serpent. So the serpent were from Gundam Wing. Basically, they were based off of data stolen from the Heavy Arms by... God, what was that? It's not the Barton Foundation, but it's the main competitor of the Barton Foundation. I think like Maginot or something like that. They stole the data from the enemy Heavy Arms, and they developed mobile suits based off of the Virgo on it. I always get the Serpent and the Virgo and the Magnac confused in my head, so I might get them interchanged if I ever mention them. But yeah, they had beam sabers and giant machine guns. So they were kind of useful, but not really. And most of them would eventually get destroyed, and when everyone blew up their mobile suits at the end of the series, something like 5,000 of them were blown up in the factory. However, that factory wasn't destroyed, and it was rebuilt and used both in Endless Waltz, and the developers of that factory would eventually emigrate to Mars for frozen teardrops. Or chosen shear drops. Wow. It's a lot more windy than I thought it would be. I really should be using stealth systems, but... Alright, we're gonna explore here first. I think this is actually where we need to be going. But if I think too much of that, I will go and run away. Why are we fighting you again? I mean, they're all controlled by the same central AI, so... Or are you as Zarth too? Tuck. Notice how he made the distinction between them and human. They're robots. Or at least androids. But they're robots. I believe this one actually drops the Dragon Fang, which is one of those dragon things connected to the Ultron's arms. We can't use it, but for the Zeta anyway. But it's super nice to have. The Arjarja actually will be able to use it, which is always kind of funny. The Arjarja we get next. It has 2 shields built into its shoulder, so it has a ton of defense. But if you remove one of the shoulders for one of the weapons that will actually do a lot more for you, it can be very useful. You're going to Giga Crush. You're going to Technique. Armor All. And you're going to Gatling Fire. Oh. Thank you for targeting Tristan. That was very, very nice of you. Perfect guard, bitch. Damn, that's 9. Well, we'll Plasma Lancer him. And Vargas will do the thing you were always meant to do. Okay, I'm gonna go for either Gatling Fist or Bakutsuken. Or Overburst. Wow. Alright then. I honestly hadn't seen this game lag that much before. I wasted Vargas's ability, but... Damn. Alright, we're gonna switch to Tristan. And you're going to... You're going to Repair Kit Vargas. We're gonna switch you to Fritzy Poo. You're going to... You would. You would. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. He's starting his rotation over again. Really doesn't like Vargas for some reason. Alright, so you're going to Regeneration Kit him. And you're just going to Repair All. Or no. You will Repair Kit... Just charge. Interesting note, if we would have Chatfielded this, we'd actually be immune to this attack, but I'm not too worried about it. He would get hit on the counter before we killed him. Hey, we got a Dragon Fang for this, which is cool. So that's an arm weapon that I think increases your attack by like 50. It also allows you to use Dragon Fang if you don't have a weapon. It's too late. I only have an escape pod that'll allow me to explode the actual machine exploding from underneath me. It was actually kind of a main plot point and somehow Wu Fei survived. But whatever. I'm instead just gonna sit here while it's literally waiting to explode. You just have to back up our secondary memory banks. Don't worry, it's replicating over to our centralized server. He didn't touch those because he doesn't understand replication. He believes it's a fad. Even though it's been a thing since Windows NT. It's a fad, damn it. Alright. That was a little rough. And if you're wondering about the items, they're about 10,000 to buy a full stack of them. So I'm not too worried about it. Could have swore I bought like a full stack a couple of sessions ago, but I could have did that, forgot to save, and then just ignored it from there. Yay, enemies we can kill in one turn again. I like these. These are nice. Instead of me having to think tactically and shit. I know for most of the boss fights after this point in the game, I'm actually going to have to try to do them, because some of them can actually hit you pretty hard. I'm assuming there's going to be like a chest on the edge of the volcano kind of thing, and one more enemy up here. Yeah, there were 2 more enemies. It's not really a spoiler after that whole Tuck battle, but Lapis is the boss. I'd honestly forgot she was in this, to be real, but like, it's fine. Like, I felt we fought her before that door, killed her there, and then rescued her later. Wow. Alright, so screw you, Fritz, I guess? Wouldn't mind another one of those, to be honest. Those can be super useful. Fritz. Oh no, Tristan. Let's see, Resner. And Treemy, you can do refresh. Hey, a giant Bazooka Kai. And Zaku 3 data. We will be actually buying a Zaku 3 eventually, so that's not that bad. Zaku Kai. Or Giant Bazooka Kai, wasn't it? Not a Zaku Kai. That's the Garen's Greed name for the Zaku 2 FC. Where is that Giant Bazooka Kai, or do we already have a bunch of those? Giant Bazooka, Hyper Bazooka, Giant Bazooka Kai, 651. I mean, it's better than the Zeta rifle. And the internal beam gun. Just by a little bit, though. I don't think we could fit it in. Okay, yeah, we already have those. You know where we got them? The Mobile Suit Coliseum. I think Fritz is the first one to introduce the Mobile Suit Coliseum to you. But you can go there anytime after you get the gal. So, I think the conversation where he does introduce it to you, it's like, dude, we're already the, like, world champions. Why are you trying to tell me about this now? But oh well. I think that's what happens anyway. I could be wrong. It has been a minute. My computer wants you to know I can only record 186 more hours of this before I have to change the hard drive. currently taking up 9.8 gigs. This, like, 25-minute video file. Yeah, they get pretty big if you record them lossless. But that, folks, is...
No! They're trying to escape into orbit! We've got to stop them. Come on!
Uh-oh. The big guy's back again.
I think that's the first time we've heard Dreamy talk. Yes, folks.
The shuttle's taking off!
Oh my god. If you don't know, that is a Zeonic Zanzibar.
We were so close!
Yeah, what were you gonna do to stop it, though? Really, now. That is a Xeon Zanzibar, a mobile suit carrier developed during the 1 Year War to carry mobile suits such as the Elmeth through space. What made it awesome was it could also be used on the planet. It was used by Caecilia and Elrond to escape the nuclear bombing at Odessa. And this here is the ARMX 004, I believe. Psycho Gundam? It's gonna overboost itself, most likely. This is the mobile suit form versus the mobile armor form that we fought before. It has beams in its mouth, in its chest, and in its hands. It, however, doesn't have manipulators, and the shield weighs so much that it can actually be detrimental to the mobile suit's frame if it moves it too much. It was originally used by former ASME during the attack on Neo Hong Kong. It would be destroyed in that conflict. Well, it would actually be destroyed in that one and at Kilimanjaro, where 4 finally dies. However, the design for it would be improved steadily and eventually be incorporated into the Psycho Gundam Mark II, which, while developed by the Titans, was only ever used by Axis Zeon. Or at least it initially was developed by the Titans. It was built by Axis Zeon, and the data for that would be used for the Twin Mappa, which is a mobile suit almost the size of a smaller residential colony. And it was all piloted by a play clone. If you've seen Zeta, it's the same thing as Marita was. You know, best play. Except for not really, because Peru 2 is best play. Yeah, you would, Fritz. You would. He's about to scatter shot again, so you're gonna defend 2, and you're going to give him a sedative. Why is Bazuli going after Fritz? Wasn't he going before? Probably a bad idea. I should probably go for the Plasma Lancer, but I'll do that in a second. I'll do that next time, I should say. And we're going to switch you out for Bazuli, so that he can get his charge on. That's fine. kinda hoping that would kill him, but oh well. Or that. If we hadn't killed him there, I was planning on switching Shroomy out next round. Have Bazuli, general purpose med him as well. Because Bazuli was going first, so even if I wanted to boost or do anything, if I would have general purposed him, that means Tristan would have followed what I told him to do. You notice how with Tuck, we couldn't help but make him explode? With Lapis, we're perfectly fine not doing that. Don't worry, it's fine. We'll just rebuild her body. We already have her data. We can just rebuild it. I mean, he was never here, to be honest, but okay. The G system on the moon? Remember that spaceship data we got like 5 or 6 episodes ago? Yup, we're going to space. Remember that one door where we need the card key 4 to unlock it? Yeah, we gotta go there. And we teleport away. We're dive bombing you now, Marie. We're just kicking Lapis out the door while dropping a couple of bombs along with her. It'll be fine. She's a Neo Zarth. She's one of them Neo Zeons as well. Then again, Zarth is more of a plural than Zeon is. I mean, you're not a hospital, but you have the stuff to repair dead robot girls, right? I mean, you did it with Aeon, you did it with Shroomy, you did it with a couple of other people. So at least my headcanon on Maria is that Maria was one of the first Machina Sapiens, hence why she doesn't age. Even though everyone calls her old, she doesn't really look it. I mean, like, we've never been to this Diggins Rock before, so we wouldn't know where to go. But yeah, my idea is that Marie's one of the first Machina Sapiens, but she either found Flatty Zarth an idiot, or after the first Great Fall, she went and tried to be helpful by bringing technology back to everyone. However, she wasn't the most successful at it, and ended up becoming a recluse because everyone kicked her out of town for being a robot person. Because she had no reason to hide it, so she would just tell everyone. So they kicked her out of town, and she's been hiding back in the corner, but she was just the normal recluse. Eventually people forgot about her, and after people forgot about her, she eventually started re-emerging to civilization. Then again, it's only 60 years, so I don't think they would have forgot about her just yet, but at least in my headcanon, this takes place at least 100 years after the Great Fall. Alright, item-wise, we're good too. Remember how way earlier in the series I talked about how I think Maria is like Tristan's grandfather or grandmother or whatever? Which explains why he gets new type powers too, doesn't it? Dude's like, wait, chill out. What is this about a moon? And what the fuck is a spaceship? I quite literally just got this monitor working. How do you expect us to be able to fly to the moon? Yeah, we'll strap a rocket to your ass, and better yet, we'll strap your mobile suits to rockets and send them up into space. That we're King the Federation to Solomon. Director of the Unicorns. He looks more like the Unicorn Pope, in my opinion, but yeah. Now we gotta go run off to the unicorns. But I wonder if this guy's gonna be a complete douchebag and then we end up knowing somebody who's really high up in the unicorns. But folks, that'll actually be for next episode, because this one's running on pretty long. So next episode we'll go meet up with Olivia, we'll do that stuff. We'll go probably get our Jar Jar or Zaku 3, and then, you know, we'll build our next 2 mobile suits, we'll be all happy. And then we'll go do some Mount Trial. But for now, folks, good night.